Nobody told me this before I started working in finance, so I'll share it with you. I thought if people had the right financial information, they'd automatically make better decisions. Turns out, money is emotional first, logical second. I think in decades, but a lot of people think in paychecks. You can't force a mindset. You have to meet people where they are. See, finance isn't just helping people with money. It's systems, follow-up, organization, and habits. And most importantly, consistency. Clients don't just want numbers and charts. They want clarity, trust, and reliability. The biggest lesson, your habits compound just like your money. And patience. When I first started in finance, I believe if I give people the right information, just give them the right information, they'll automatically make better financial decisions. And that is just not how humans work. Most people don't struggle with math. They struggle with emotion, habits, and fear. See, I learned that logic explains money, behavior controls money, and emotion overrides both of them. So here's some of the facts, right? To here's how we walk through change step by step. So let's kick it off, right? Finance is 80% behavior. It's 80% behavior, 20% strategy. And I wish I understood that sooner. Not everyone values the future the same way. See, few people are wired for long-term thinking, delayed gratification, and compound results. But many people live in what I like to call urgency mode or lifestyle now. And I'll deal with it later type mindset. See, I assumed everyone wanted long-term security. Some people want comfort today more than stability tomorrow. And that doesn't make them wrong. It just means the conversation must meet them where they are. The job isn't forcing mindset change. It's aligning strategy with values. And that was a big shift for me. The industry looks simple, but it's actually systems. When you first walk into finance, it seems like sell products, explain benefits, and help clients. In reality, success depends on lead flow, client follow-up, documentation, compliance, time management, and ongoing service relationships. So this is not a winged profession. It requires processes, workflows, and repeatable systems. Once I stopped trying to do everything, every single thing manually and start building structure, my business became calmer, clearer, and more predictable. See, clients just don't buy products. They buy confidence. See, early on, I focused heavily on features, charts, performance, and policy structures. But most clients are asking one eternal question. Just one question they're asking themselves. And this question is, do I feel safe trusting you with my future? See, confidence comes from clarity, honesty, follow through, and consistency. See, finance is less about selling solutions and it's more about building trust over time. And that's something I wish I understood on day one. See, your personal habits matter more than your credentials. See, before finance, I thought licenses prove competence and certifications equals credibility. They help. Don't get me wrong, they help. But clients watch your habits. Do you communicate clearly? Do you show up when you say you will? Do you follow your own advice? So for me, self-discipline comes naturally, but finance magnified it. See, this business forces you to become more organized. It forces you to become more intentional. It forces you to become more accountable, because you can't guide someone else's future. You can't guide someone else's future while neglecting your own future. See, compounding works in business too. Everyone knows money compounds, but skills compound, relationships compound, and habits compound. And most importantly, your reputation compounds. The work you do today may not show results for months or even years, and that requires a lot of patience, which honestly is one of my personal traits that helped me when I first got started in the industry. And I wish I knew it. I wish I knew earlier that slow, focused, consistent effort beats loud, rushed, short-term effort every single time. So looking back, I didn't just grow in financial knowledge. I grew in emotional intelligence. I grew in leadership. I grew in communication. I grew in patience. And I grew in perspective. So if you're starting in finance, I would just say build systems, think long-term, stay disciplined, and remember, you're not just working with numbers. You're not just working with numbers. You're guiding people through some of the most important decisions in their lives. And that takes more than just information. It takes more than just information. It takes wisdom, it takes empathy, and it takes consistency. So I want to thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button and let me know.